Hey everybody, what's up? Can y'all hear me? Let me get some notifications. I don't think y'all can. Let me see. Audio. No, I'm getting signals. Okay. Hey everybody, can y'all hear me? You can hear me. Okay, great. Hey everybody, happy Sunday afternoon. I hope y'all are doing great. I just wanted to give people some time to get into the room, and I wanted y'all to appreciate, my graphics that I created. Make sure you click the notification bell. That's why there's a little bell right there. So you can click that and know when I'm putting out videos, because I always put out videos, but it's helpful to, click that notification bell. Here's the thing though, YouTube can trip sometimes where they don't send out notifications as soon as I go live. It takes them time sometimes, and sometimes y'all don't get them at all. So it would behoove you. It will behoove you to follow me. Okay? Follow me on Instagram. Okay? Y'all should do that. Follow your girl on Instagram. I'm letting a few more people come into the room before we get into the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was a mess. It was a lot. And I just watched it this morning because in my life, I went out last night with my homegirls and had dinner, and it was really nice. But yeah, I was done when I got home. Child, I was drinking before we went out. But them raw oysters that I had was off the chain. And of course, the company is always A1. So, I had a good time last night. But I'm just letting y'all come into the room, and we're about to get into it, okay? Child, I'm trying to figure out why my little video clip, ain't doing right. Did y'all see my new intro? Let me show y'all my new intro while we wait. Hold up. If you ain't see it.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Yes. Oh my God. You like it? Did y'all hear it? Because I couldn't hear it on my end. And it might be just because my speakers are, yeah. My speakers are right. My speakers weren't right. Okay. So when I had put this, okay, no, I was trying to see something, you guys, because when that's on, there's music. There should be music playing. And that's what I was trying to see. Okay, y'all like the new intro? I'm grateful. That's so amazing. Okay, there are 200 of y'all in the room, and that means I can now come on camera. That's how I've been doing this lately, and I'm here for it. Okay, so let me position myself so that these little people that I put there, this is Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's what we're here for. Okay, and it's mainly these people. I'm annoyed why Destiny, and LaBerrick aren't a part of this, but they're not main cast members. But they should be, because we hear about them all the time. We see them all the time. Okay. But I hope, y'all can see me and everything looks good, because I also did that. Y'all, that's why once you start getting into the graphics of it all, let me give you guys a moment. Okay. All right. I know we never see Destiny's husband anymore. I don't know where he went. He wasn't even at this event this time, right? It's like, where's LaBerrick? Did he fall into a black hole? What happened? Did he fall into a pot of grease? Is he frying chicken? Is that what's going on? Where's LaBerrick? We saw Sadark this episode. Y'all, I kind of like Sadark, so Derek, whatever his name is. So I like to see him when I see him. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. So the episode starts off where the last one left off, which is with Martell Holt making himself look a damn fool outside these people restaurant. Okay. So Wanda in her purple hair, Wanda J. Blige, as they like to call her, is going back and forth with Martell about what she said about his kids. I told y'all that I believe that she said something about his kids. It was a while back, but I definitely believe that she said the shit because she often is online running her mouth in a way that she should not. Okay. And one thing I can't stand is like indignation. People who are obviously wrong, but they refuse to admit that they're wrong or to recognize that they're wrong. And at the end of the day, Miss Wanda, you've been talking cash money shit about Melody and Martell Holt this entire time. It is nothing new that this man has been cheating on his wife. So why now do you feel the need to run outside and have a woman to woman talk with Melody? Like, it was unnecessary to me. Because you don't like them and y'all have been beefing this whole time. And now you want to come outside and talk about how woman to woman, Melody. No. So that's probably why Melody was kind of like, I'm just going to make my way to my car. Okay. And Tisha is coming from the standpoint of, Mom, she is not your daughter. Why are you running behind her mom? Like, you don't need to be worrying about her. Like, leave them alone. Leave Mel Martell's relationship alone. Like, stop worrying about them. And it's like, but you brought your mom here exactly for this reason. This is why you brought your mom here, right, Tisha? Because you wanted her to fight your battles for you. You're passive aggressive. You don't want to actually have the confrontations with people because you know you sound dumb. So you want to continue to have like these negative feelings towards people and then have your mom, you know, exact that revenge for you. And then you get to like step away and say, you know, it's not my fault. My mom. It's not my fault. My mom. And it's just kind of like, yeah, it is your fault because you invited her when you knew that they didn't want her there. And then it's almost like you have these, you know, off-camera conversations with your mom, of course, about everybody you don't like and what your issues are with them. I do believe initially your mom probably was the one that made you look at Kimmy like you need to be paying attention to her because she's still friends with Mel. So how you know they not talking about, because people think like that. People do think that somebody can't be friends with, you know, another person even if y'all have beef. You know what I'm saying? They think you can't have this relationship, and that's really ridiculous, okay? Because we're adults. So I should be able to have a friendship with somebody who I was already friends with, okay? When we were all friends, it was cool. But now that y'all have fallen out, I'm supposed to take on your beef because we're sister-in-laws? No. That's not what adult people do. Like, especially not when you're on a reality show with them trying to collect your check. Okay, so Tisha to me is just being just like her mom, which is indignant, but passive aggressively. Okay, and it's quite exhausting. We can get back to Martell and his tight shirt for a second. Martell, I'll say once again, but I feel like I dragged you all last, review about the way you ran up on Wanda J. Blige. Even though she's out of pocket, even though she's disrespectful, you are still a grown ass man, and you were acting like a bitch. Now, Wanda, once y'all get back to the table and you proceed to continue to want to have a conversation about this man having an outside child as if that is any of your business, I do understand. I understand we're on a reality show and Wanda J. Blige is here to stir. She's here to stir. And that's what she's doing. She's stirring. Okay? So when she sit down at the end of the table, when Kimmy is like, yeah, this ain't that. This ain't that. This ain't that. And she is not taking the aid. She's not taking the help. She's not taking the cue. She's not taking the direction that Kimmy says, this is my son's party. This is not the time for this. And Wanda is like, I'm going to say whatever I want to say. You know what I'm saying? And Tisha wants to check her mom, but it's like, Tisha, you have the exact same problem your mom has. Like, this is really annoying to me. So Kimmy and Wanda are now arguing about what's on the table and what we need to talk about. And Kimmy is like, no, there's nothing on the table. We don't need to talk about anything. No. We don't need to talk about anything. This is my son's party. I don't have to engage with you. We're not fitting to sit up here and talk about Martell Holt's outside baby at my son's graduation party, bitch. That's what we not about to do. Okay, that's what Kimmy is saying. This is why Wanda wasn't invited. Tisha does this and then completely takes herself out of, the guilt, out of the responsibility for what happened. Because Marceau and Kimmy meet up, right? Marceau and Kimmy meet up and they talk about the situation. And Marceau brings up how annoying Miss Wanda is. We know that's why he wasn't running out there to her defense. Like that's why nobody was really running out there to her defense. Tisha, you knew your mama was getting somebody's shit and you were letting her do it. That's what you were doing. Marceau knew that somebody probably was getting in Wanda's shit and didn't want to get involved because that's always what she does, and he's tired, okay? And he don't like her neither. So if somebody's arguing with Wanda started it, shouldn't have been here, so the fuck what? That's how Marceau felt. That's why you never really saw him come outside to collect his mother-in-law, okay? So now when Kimmy and him are having this conversation, he's gonna say it. I'm tired of her. Ain't you tired of her? That's basically what was being said. Kimmy says, I don't want Wanda at every event that I have, which is why I didn't invite her. And he like, so she being sanctioned. And she was like, I don't want to say that, but I feel like I should be able to dictate what events that I throw that Wanda is at, because somebody who's there may not like Wanda. Wanda may not like them. So it's best not to have these two people in the room. See what I'm saying? But what happens is Tisha decides that whenever she's invited somewhere, she's going to invite her mom as her protection and as her guard dog. Because Marceau, I'm sorry, all the Mars, y'all. Because Marceau won't do it. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm so annoyed with Tisha because every time somebody tries to have a conversation with her like an adult person, she goes right back into little girl, and it really annoys me. It really does. Okay? So Martell and Destiny. So Martell and Destiny talk, and he apologizes for the way he acted at the event because, you know, Destiny was so tired of pushing back and forth between him and Miss Wanda. She was like, I couldn't push Miss Wanda, so I had to push you away. You were on one. You're a grown man. You were doing too much. And he recognizes that. But the thing is, even though he knows he's wrong, he's still somehow gonna circle back around to blaming this shit on Mel. Yeah, I was like, what did Mel have to do with the way you chest up to an elderly lady with a hard hairstyle? Like, you chest up to an elderly lady with a hard hairstyle. At the end of the day, yes, Miss Wanda should definitely not be doing and saying all the shit she's doing and saying. I'm definitely there with you on that. But you are responsible for yourself. And I don't care what anybody says. You're a grown-ass man. You know that you're bigger, stronger, and younger than this older lady. There's no reason to have to to use your physicality to approach her or to like make her scared or intimidate her. Like, that's what he was doing. He was using his physicality to try to intimidate her. But women like Miss Wanda, not new to this, they true to this, and that don't work on them. So she gonna keep on barking at you. All right. But all of that had absolutely nothing to do with Melody Holt. Melody Holt was just trying to get her ass out of there unscathed. So I don't understand why we got to circle back around to this being Mel's fault, and Mel cheated on me and nobody wants to deal with that. And, you know, if it's a double standard, because if Mel, you know, what did he say? If women do the same thing to men, you know, I was just like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, he's so like believing his own lies now. We're like in the delusional like realm of Martell's mind right now, y'all. So I'm so sorry if I'm, you know, you know, with the words, because it's like, how do I explain shit that doesn't make sense? Okay, let me try to explain some shit that don't make sense. Okay, because in the reality that we live in, the double standard is that men are allowed to cheat, to sleep around, to have as many relationships as they want to, whether they're married or not. They're able to do all of these things, and the woman is expected to forgive them. And when the woman doesn't forgive them, she's looked at as like a hoe or selfish or something like that, because she doesn't want to stick around and be abused in emotional, mental, physical, whatever. She doesn't want to stick around and be hurt. So she's bad. Like, that's the patriarchy. That's how men, a lot of the time, it's our society. That's how people think. Women are wrong when they don't want to stay and be abused. Okay. So when Martell gets up here and says that Mel cheated on him, and whenever women do the same things, you know, the world just ignores that. And it's okay to beat up on the man for something, but when a woman does it, then we, you know, act like it didn't happen. And I'm just kind of like, Martell, that's not true. Melody didn't cheat on you. that didn't happen. Do you understand? You're saying that because you're guilty. And whenever men are guilty, they always want to share blame. They always want to make it seem as if it's both of us, i.e., married at first sight. Chris saying that him and his ex-fiance didn't trust each other. We know 9 times out of 10 that you were the one that was untrustworthy. Because if both of y'all were untrustworthy, the question of whether your child that you're having with her now is yours or not wouldn't be such a spot of contention, right? Because y'all are not together. So if you didn't trust her, that would lead us to believe that she was also sleeping around and talking to, engaging with other people, which we know is not the truth, because if that was the case, you yourself would question whether the kid was yours or not, period. Okay? So we come back to Love and Marriage Huntsville, because you men are all the same when it comes to this bullshit. Okay, the mind games, the flipping shit, and trying to make it seem like the woman is at fault and a woman is tripping and everybody else is tripping. Because then this goes from male to what Destiny and all women have in common, what all of our problem is. And I was just like, oh my God, this is losing his mind. And Destiny is like, what? Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Ebony. Destiny is like, okay, so what is the expectation? You're the man. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing as the wife then. Tell me. And he's like, ask your husband. He can't even express the bullshit he's trying to say. I said, when you can't even finish the statement because you know what you're saying is dumb and you can't really sum it up and give us a conclusion because it is some bullshit. I said, if you don't get out of my face, hey, Niecy, I need to move these. I'm going to remember that I'm going to move these. They're going to be on this side. They're going to be on that side of the screen next time. You guys, I want some more oysters so bad. Me and Lyric might have to just go get some more oysters. I'm sorry, they were so good. But yes. And the way he always asking her to ask her husband, it definitely makes me feel like he's like low-key trying to throw in her face that LeBaric is out here doing the same shit that he's doing. Like, I definitely would be paying closer attention. And listen, I think that Destiny is probably fully aware of whatever is going on in her relationship and why her man ain't there. But something about it makes me feel like he think he knows something that you don't know. And I hope that it's not that way, because that's embarrassing. So Marceau and Letitia discussed their living situation. Y'all know they supposed to be building, what is it? Scott Manor or whatever the hell they building. But they got like 10 or 11 acres of land that they trying to build like a few houses for the family to live on, right? And Tisha's like, how long is this going to take? Because I can't be in this little bitty house forever. And he was like, it's going to take us a couple of years. Like, we have to like build infrastructure in the land and all of that type of stuff. Listen, I don't think those things take years. I really don't. But I also feel like it's always trying to keep Tisha in some type of like space of control, even in a small house, losing her damn mind. Okay. But either way, she then moves to this conversation about Wanda having an apartment on their property. And Marceau is like, no, she need to have a cabin in the woods of the property, like the witch that she is. Okay. So she can try to lure the kids out there like Hansel and Gretel. I was like, you know, you low down. He can't stand that lady. And she's sitting up here acting like it's everybody but her and her mama. And that's what works on my nerves. Okay. So Marceau brings up that nobody wants your mama around. Like, this is basically what he's telling her. I don't want your mama around. Nobody wants your mama around. Your mama is aggravating. I.e., me and Kimmy talk. Kimmy was like, I don't want Wanda at my events. And she's like, is that what she said? She doesn't want my mama at the events? Y'all, I said, not the events. Here we go again with the events, y'all. I swear to God, I wish we could go through one episode without Letitia saying event. Like, ma'am, the word is event. We don't have to separate it. We really don't have to separate the E from the vent. It is called an event. It's called an event, ma'am. We really don't have to do this. We don't have to go through this. I'm sorry. The event, my mama can't come to the event. Like, girl. Oh my God, why does your mom need to come everywhere you go? She's family. And see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. She's really not being a friend. I mean, she's not being a sister. That's not what sisters do. That's what she said. That's not what sisters do. They don't sanction my ignorant ass mama from their events. Their events. Bitch. Like, y'all gonna let me sip this tea. Like the video. She says that Kimmy is showing her true colors. I said, bitch, Kimmy has never had any different colors. These have always been Kimmy's colors. She's always shown them. She's always said, Wanda is extra. Wanda is too much. Wanda works on my nerves. She's always said that. I got to squint because, I don't have my glasses on. She's always said that. Y'all, Tisha works on my nerves. Okay. And she's like, well, I'm going to say that Kimmy can't come to any of my events anymore. What events? What events are you having, Tisha? Tell us. What are the events, bitch? What are the events that you have coming up in the pandemic? Child, Crystal is always calling that lady a concubine. Misogyny definitely keeps concubine on a short leash. Yeah, it does. Kimmy trying to be, y'all laughing at me. I love y'all. Kimmy is always been Kimmy. Kimmy has always been fair. And she's always said what it is. She's so matter of fact that it is like, it's attractive to see somebody so matter of fact on a reality show. She said what she said. Okay. Oh my God. So Marcel basically has this come to Jesus moment with his wife where he says, do not, use a permanent solution for a temporary issue. You and Kimmy may be arguing about this right now, but is it really worth throwing away your whole relationship just because your mama, who you already know acts a fool? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you already know your mama act a fool. So don't sit up here and be mad at Kimmy for not wanting her around when she told you that she didn't. Like, don't do that. Like, that's stupid. But, he tries to talk her down. But she's like, I'm always wrong when it comes to Kimmy and when it comes to you. No, baby, you're not always wrong. But when somebody says, I don't want your mama at all of my events and I don't, invite her, and you invite her anyway because she gonna start shit, then yeah, you wrong and you being a shit starter and you don't want to take responsibility for that. So Mel in this wig, y'all. I don't have a picture of it, but y'all know the wig I'm talking about. The braid wig. Melody, I love you, girl. And I told you before, and I didn't want to see it again, but I'm seeing it. But it was in a preview. We're going to say it, and I'm not going to say it again. Don't ever wear that braid wig again, my girl. Okay, unless you're going to have it out. Don't braid it and have it in, and then have us have to look at the edges. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to us. We love you. You are beautiful. Please don't wear that wig. It is an assault to your beauty, okay? Like, if you're going to wear braids, bitch, get your real hair braided, okay? Like, I know we be out here trying to do the most with the wigs. We be trying to be out here with the wig, with the updo with the wig. And we be thinking we be cute because, the lace is down. And it be like, no. It be like, no. So do us all a favor. Don't do that no more. Okay, don't do the braid wig no more. I love you. Don't do the braid wig no more. Okay, so her and her brother Marcus are talking, right? And she basically says that Martell decided he wanted to tell the kids that Marcus is gay as if it was a bad thing. Mind you, Marcus is married. And the kids have stayed with Mel when she's staying with her brother Marcus and his husband. So the kids are aware of the gay marriage that's happening here, okay? Why do we have to discuss that? Why do we have to discuss that? Why do we have to act like that's a thing? And that's why I understand where Mel was coming from, because it was like, why are you telling that to them as if it's a negative thing? Why are you even bringing that up? And y'all know what it is. Them kids probably said some shit like they have so much fun with, Uncle Marcus and Uncle Troy, or they can't wait to go back by, mommy so that they can, see Uncle Marcus and Uncle Troy. And then Martell's limited retarded ass is gonna say to the kids, well, they gay. And the kids are like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? Like, well, how am I supposed to feel about that? So then they get by their mama and they like, Daddy said that Uncle Marcus and Uncle Troy are gay. What, like, like we supposed to feel some type of way about that? Thank you, Crystal. I love you, girl. Thank you. Yeah, y'all, I understand that. And I also understand why it put Mel on go. It really did. Y'all, I'm so mad at myself. Thank y'all for giving me super chat. I really appreciate that. I was supposed to light my money candle when I did this live, but I'm going to do it the next time I do a live. To light my money candle when I'm working, in order to, like, you know, push forth the energy in the universe and for God to send down more money, because, you know, more money means floor fix sooner. Okay, floor fix sooner. New bathroom sooner. Okay, listen, I love y'all. Mommy Business Podcast, bitch. Mommy, yes. Business where? Mommy Business Podcast, y'all. Even when she says it just sounds real elementary, my dear. Elementary, my dear, as a motherfucker. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on y'all. Y'all know I like to do this. Y'all know I like to, like, you know, just sit with the video graphic on the screen until I see the likes go up, because there are like 770 or 769 people in here, and only 300 of y'all have liked the video. That's not even half. Like, I don't appreciate y'all being in here, you know, like stalking my page and not liking my video. Like, it's low-key shady. It is stalking me. You're stalking me, nigga. Like the video. Like, that's saying hey. Say hey, nigga. Like the video. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's put a little people back on. Yeah, thank you. I love that. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. Anyway, yeah. So Mommy Business Podcast, bitch. Oh, let me put that up. Y'all are asking for the Cash App because y'all want to support further. I appreciate that. Let me pull up that banner for y'all. There we go. If y'all weren't subscribed to my Instagram, y'all subscribe. That's my favorite app to be on, even though, like, I shouldn't like it that much because Instagram be on bullshit. But it's still my favorite platform besides YouTube. Anyway, Mommy Business Podcast. So Destiny shows up for the Mommy Business Podcast first. So her and Letitia have a little conversation. Okay, Letitia look cute. Had a little ponytail and had her dark makeup on. I say, but she look cute. I just want to say that a lot of Letitia's good moments remind me that women think they need men sometimes, and men really slow their growth and progress. It's embedded in the society for women to halt their growth and whatever they want to do to be like mom and wife. So sometimes I feel like there are women whose growth was stunted because they married somebody when they should have been trying to figure out themselves and do whatever made them happy first. And Letitia is one of those people where I feel like marriage stunted her growth. You know what I'm saying? But yes. Destiny, you don't know how to feel about her. What do you mean? She's messy. I like her, but she's definitely a pot stirrer this season. And during this scene, she was extremely messy as far as I'm concerned, because she's the one that brought up Jalen's party during the podcast. Like, she brought it up in order for them to get on this conversation, but it was already going to go there. I'm not going to completely blame her because it was going to already go there. Kimmy got there a little bit late. I'm not sure how late it was, but bitch, it's a podcast. It starts whenever you press record. Calm down. Either way, oh, you're late. Oh, that's how we start, like, making these little comments and shit when Kimmy walks in, which puts Kimmy on defense. She's like, okay, that's what we on. All right, gotcha. I didn't know what we was going to be on, but now I realize she's on her passive aggressive tip hella hard. Okay, which means we're going to eventually get to the aggressive. So, like I said, Destiny's being messy brings up Jalen's party and Miss Wanda. And Kimmy tries to keep it cute, y'all. I loved her response. I love the response. Here's what she said. She said, I can only control what I can control, and I know I can't control Miss Wanda. That was keeping it cute. That was basically saying, I can't control nobody but myself, but we all know who ruined the party. Okay? Like, we all know the uninvited guests ruined the party. Okay? So Tisha says, you know, Marcel told me that you say, I'm sorry, male voice, sorry. It's country, but it's not Mel's voice. It's a little bit deeper, but I'm not even gonna try to do it. Tisha said, ask about, she asked about Wanda being sanctioned from all events. That's what I'm gonna keep in mind. The events, okay? Oh, sorry, y'all. The events. The events online, okay? Event online. I'm sorry, it's funny to me. It doesn't have to be funny to you. It's funny to me. Kimmy was like, so we're gonna talk about Miss Wanda being sanctioned from the events at the podcast. Like, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the event at the podcast. We can't, just keep it mommy business at the podcast. We gotta talk about the event at the podcast, bitch. Kimmy just basically says I should be able to choose who comes to which events, to keep altercations from happening at my events. Okay, at my events, bitch. And Tisha brings up Kimmy shifting the energy. So Tisha tries to blame Kimmy for the way the event went because she pointed out that she did not invite Wanda when Wanda walked in. And what Kimmy spends the rest of the time trying to make her understand is that it started when your mom was invited to my party because I didn't invite her. So the mess started right at that moment, bitch. It started with you. With you. With you, with you, with you. It started with you. Like, down, 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 down. Like, it started with you, bitch. I'm sorry. New Orleans people, it's your man, Big Chew. Down, 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 down. Come on, if y'all don't know about that, Get High. Look up Get High, New Orleans Bounce Mix by John Legend. Look that up when y'all get off this video. Okay, do that for yourself. Okay, just so y'all can know the reference that I was giving y'all. Cause, so high. It's not Get High. It's so high. No, it's not. It's Get High. Yeah, you talking about you got me up so high. You talking about that one, but I'm talking about the Get High with me, come fly with me. We used to do this shit too hella hard, but I want y'all to know the reference. So go ahead and look that up when you get a chance. Back to the script. Okay, bitch, it was you. You were the reason why the party went the way it did because Wanda wasn't invited and you invited Wanda. You don't want to take responsibility for that. She was like, no, I'm not taking responsibility for it. I don't know why. It's your fault. You should take responsibility. It's your fault. Like, let me go back to the notes because just Tisha, y'all. Tisha. I'm sorry, y'all. Tisha. Somebody help the young girl. Tisha says you should have talked to me about it first. She says, I told you that I wasn't going to put you between me and Wanda. Meaning if I had an issue with Wanda, I wasn't going to invite her. But I wasn't going to talk to you about it because that's putting you in the middle. Wanda put you in the middle and then you put yourself in the middle. I really felt like she was saying you put yourself in the middle of the situation. Okay? Tisha then brings it back to her mom having a problem with Kimmy because Kimmy didn't have Tisha's back with Mel, which is the core issue here. The core issue here is that Tisha is upset that Kimmy is not choosing to ostracize Mel in order to keep her happy. That's what she's upset about. And she's using her mom to, basically be mad at Kimmy for that because she knows that's childish. But nobody can tell Wanda J. Blige shit. If Wanda J. Blige won't be mad and act a fool about something, they're going to give her the space in the room to do that. Tisha knows that. Okay? So Tisha uses her mom to fight her battles. You know what this is. So when you sit there in Kimmy's face and tell her that you think she's the one that's mad at your mom, she's the one that's holding on to all of this with your mom, you're full of shit and you should know. You should know. And I think Kimmy is well aware that right now she's talking to somebody that is being nonsensical. So what does she do? She taps out of the conversation. Okay. Yeah, I love this. I love when people do this. When we know you on bullshit and we not about to fitting, we not fitting. We ain't fitting. to continue to argue with you about some shit that we know you just being stupid. You being stupid, and nobody wants to deal with that. And when I mean stupid, I know that Tisha has her insecurities about, you know, her intellect and how she speaks and all of that. And I would never play with her about that. I only just don't like the way she says even. And I don't think that has anything to do with anything besides her trying to put emphasis on, you know, whatever syllable in the word she wants to put it on. That's not a problem. But my issue comes in when people are indignant. I do not like when people are indignant. If you are fucked up in a situation, if you are wrong in a situation, take responsibility so that you can move on. But to sit here in somebody's face and continue to tell them that they don't have shit on their face when you just smeared shit on their face is disrespectful. It's playing with the intelligence to me. And that's why, like, it annoys me about Tisha. Okay, but that's it, right? So Martell and the kids go to Destiny's event. Destiny was having an event this whole time. I do not know what the event was about, bitch. I just know it was costumes. It must have been around Halloween. Everybody brought their kids. Martell was dressed as, you know, somebody's sexual servant that's dressed as a pharaoh. Like, he just looked like somebody that, you know, I'm about to pay you to pick me up and feed me grapes. That's what he was given. Everyone is showing up in their costumes. Like I said, Sadark and his wife were there. They were like the Starbucks people. And he was like, because I wait on my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy being a kept husband or something like that he was saying. But I thought it was funny because I often feel like Sadark is shading the shit out of Martell and Marceau. Like, oh, you was taking care of your kids? You had your kids? I was just like, Sadark be on camera for 2 minutes and shaded the shit out of Martell and Marceau. I was dying laughing. Did anybody else catch that? When he was talking to Marceau and he was like, oh, you was watching your kids? And he was like, yeah, I'm doing this new thing, fatherhood, where, you know, my wife goes somewhere, so I watch our kids. I was dying laughing at that moment because I like, Sadark is shading the shit out of everybody. Why is he not on the show more often? Like, I really would like to see him on the show. That's why I can't wait for next week when they go on this camping trip, because they discussed they're going to do a camping trip. And I think all the men are going to be able to come together. And I love when Sadark is there because he's like the common sense person in the room. So dumb shit is going to be said because Martell and Marceau and Maurice are there. So somebody's going to say something stupid. And then Sadark is going to be like, well, you know, that sounds stupid. Let me tell you why you're wrong, but then not really. And it's going to be in this tone of voice in which I'm telling you, because you sound dumb, that I'm smarter than you. Like, that's Sadark. That's why they don't be around him all the time, because Sadark is like the one in the group that's going to tell y'all, you know, you sound stupid, right? Like, child, listen. And then Marcus gets there. Marcus said, I'm tired of this shit. You done talked about me and my husband to the kids on some negative shit. Oh, I'm showing up today. Okay, so he shows up in his pharaoh costume, which is way better than Martell's pharaoh costume. Martell's pharaoh costume is some shit out of bag from Walmart. Like, Marcus's pharaoh costume is something he ordered online to make sure that the crushed velvet and the embroidery of it all was on point. Okay, and it wasn't from a I'm just fine and some tight shit with my arms out type of situation like Martell was giving. Martell was giving stripper. Okay, Marcus was giving, this is Halloween, and I had this in the closet. Okay, I thought this out. So Marcus and Martell, oh wait, no. Let me not forget that when he showed up in the costume, how all the other men bust out laughing. And Marceau was in a confessional, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I love Marceau in this moment. He was in a confessional, like, it's like when two high school girls show up to prom in the same dress. And he started to go in on Martell and how Martell didn't put much thought into his like costume. He's like, everybody's a pharaoh until the pharaoh shows up. Oh yeah, Kimmy did look good. Kimmy looked good. So did Letitia in her spandex. Okay, everybody had like a spandex cat lady suit on. I don't know why that was like the overall costume, but Letitia had that costume on, and so did Destiny. But everybody was cute. You know, latex everywhere. But yes, Martell and Marcus go to the side so that they can have a conversation. And Marcus is on one. Marcus is like, I haven't seen you since you pushed your wife out of your life. I was like, damn, that's a deep one. Martell says that they're growing apart. She wants to be on TV. She wants to be a star. I said, ever so often he lets it slip out how jealous he is of her. And I've been telling y'all this since season 1, that Martell is jealous of Melody because Melody is doing what he wanted to do. He wanted to be the star. Okay. He wanted to be the one that everybody, loved. But the thing about it is you can't use your wife as like the showpiece and then get mad when she becomes the center of attention. You were always using her like, oh, look at my beautiful wife that had all these children for me. She's so smart and she's so this. Like, you use all of those things about her to your benefit. But when she starts to use those things for her own benefit, all of a sudden she's self-centered. She's the bad guy. No, you're jealous because your wife popped and you didn't. But you didn't pop because you're insincere and you're an asshole. And we're in a society now where women are starting to gauge just how much of a fuck boy you are based off interactions. And we don't want to fool with you. Okay. They say Michelob loves his clothes to fit like Fashion Nova body contrast. Crystal, you're so stupid. And it is the truth. Because everything on him is always tight. I said in the confessional, he had that tan suit on. I said, nigga, why is the jacket bunching up in the arm? It's a suit jacket. It's a suit jacket. It should be a little looser around the arms. Like, why are you wearing bodycon suits? Like, what is that about? I didn't even know they made those. Okay. But anyway, he tries to make Mel look like a bad mom because that's always the next step. If you can't talk to her brother about her being a cheater, then you're going to make Mel look like a bad mom. Because I know he said something like that because Marcus was then like, well, are you really that good of a dad? Because the kids told me they didn't want to come back home with you. They was like, Uncle Marcus, Uncle Troy, we want to stay with you. Can y'all be our daddy? Because we don't want to go home. Listen, when Marcus said that shit, that man got hot. He got hot. He said, you say something like that to me again, I'll beat your ass. And Marcus was like, I don't give a shit about all of that. Okay. He was like, all that shit you talking, I don't even care about all of that. Your bitch ass gonna walk away though, ain't you? And then his bitch ass walked away. And I was like, I thought it was so funny. I know they cut that shit up. They cut it up. There was some shit said in between. But the bottom line is you walked up on him and threatened him. And he said, I don't give a shit about none of that. And you walked away and he didn't move. So that told me that Marcus has been a black gay man his whole life. I don't know who you thought was going to punk him, but it wasn't going to be you. Listen, Marcus is a black gay man, probably from somewhere in the South with a nice bit of muscle. Like, so he ain't out here not kicking ass. Like, and what, you know what I'm saying? Because like nobody grows up as a black gay man without having to fight. Like it don't happen like that. You're going to have to fight at some point. That's why I say you can play if you want to, get your ass beat by a punk. No disrespect, but that's what we call them in New Orleans. And that's just how they say it. No disrespect to nobody. But it's just, it's the truth of the matter. Y'all always want to act like somebody is less of a man, and they show you who's less of a man when they beat your ass in a better costume than you. I would have loved to see it, but Martell knew it was up. He knew when Marcus got in his face and didn't back away, that it probably was best for him to walk away and back away. And I'm glad he did, because they got kids there. But I also want to say that for me, I feel like Marcus was really trying to say something to him. Y'all know Marcus is a teacher. So Marcus is like, the fact that the kids said that mean that the kids are stressed out with you. There's something about the energy. There's something about the energy that's going on with you that makes the kids feel unsettled. And he didn't want to hear that. So now he's pissed. And Marcus was saying it in a way because of that shit he said about them being gay. Don't get me confused. Marcus was going at that neck. But I'm also not mad about it because you are disrespectful. You did do that shit intentionally. And I should be able to check you about it like a man. And that's what he did. Marcus wasn't playing with him at all and wasn't scared, didn't move, didn't flinch, called him a bitch, and then he walked away. And like I said, in a lesser costume. So he looked like he left with the kids, and that made me feel like, so now you didn't ruin the kids' good time and made them leave early, all because you mad because Uncle Marcus wasn't about to let you talk to him no any kind of way. And he wasn't about to let you keep disrespecting him and his household and his husband to the kids. You wrong for that shit. You was trying to create, like, what I think Martell does is try to make people look bad. And it's so funny because people always tell you the grave you dig for somebody else, dig it for yourself. And that's literal and figurative. Like, so that means that if you're going to go around trying to sully Mel's name the way you have, don't turn around and get upset when people don't want to work with you. And you try to make it seem like Mel is the one that's stopping you from making money. Mel is not stopping you from making money, but you can't think you can go around trying to rally people on your side and make her look bad when we all see what you've done. We all see it, bitch. We're not blind. Okay? Y'all, people on reality shows kill me when they act a fool on camera and the public has, a response, a negative response to that. And then they want to blame other people for the way they're portrayed. No, bitch. No. You did it. It was you. It was you. It was you. It was you. Yeah, it was a good episode, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm mad this review was so long, but that's how these lives go. These lives be longer than a normal review. I tried to, y'all. The kids being affected by the issue is the only thing Martell thought he had control of. Exactly. And that's the only thing he thinks he's good at. Like whenever something, I'm a good father. He loves to throw that in there. But the truth of the matter is what you are subjecting your kids to because you don't have control of your shit is abuse. It's abuse. When the kids say they, no, they're little. And if you think they're not picking up on all of this shit, you're sadly mistaken. And I definitely feel like he talks bad about Mel. Because, like, think about the times that they've come around the kids and he wants to argue, or he'll be like, I don't want to argue. Don't get upset in front of the kids. Like, he'll say, like, gaslight her and say things like that in front of the kids to try to make it seem like she's the one that's about to be volatile, like she's the volatile one. But it's gaslighting and it's bullshit, and you do that in front of the kids. So I can't imagine the things that you say to the kids when nobody's around, when it's just you and the kids, or when there are no cameras around, because he is aware of the cameras. He can't always control himself, but he's aware of the cameras. So I would be interested to hear the shit he says about Mel when nobody's around. Because to me, it feels like he already tries to make her seem like a bad mom. I can't imagine what you're saying to those kids. And in all honesty, to me, that's enough to get full custody. She's not going to fight with him on that because she feels like, it's best to co-parent. She, wants to help. Nobody wants to raise 4 kids by themselves. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know how healthy Martell is for their psyche as a father if he can't control himself, And I know he'll be somewhere cursing somebody like me out. You want to tell me about being a daddy? Listen, I had a daddy. I had one. And I know how when people don't have control of their mental and emotional, how that affects their kids. Sorry, I do. Thank you, Lakeisha Sharp. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're unraveling, bro. Get it under control. Your slip is showing. Tuck in your skirt, B. You can say tuck in too. You tuck in your skirt, B. Because it's on. Tuck it in because it's on. It's showing. Tuck it in. You acting like a bitch. Tuck it in. Put the bitchdom away. Nobody wants to see it. That's what we're saying. All right, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. I've said everything I had to say about the shit. There's nothing else to talk about. Listen, I don't know why he hasn't been back to that therapist. Probably because he was giving him too much of the real. That therapist probably needed a break from his crazy ass. Mel needs to require Martell to go to therapy as part of the divorce. I agree. Because his loss of control and his loss of feeling like he shows up in the world in a certain way, like people be holding on so tight to what the perception of them is. And when people start to see who you truly are, when you hold on so tight to that perception, you start to unravel. And I think that's what's going on with him right now. The unraveling is realizing that you can't charismatically talk your way out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't, it's all just bullshit your way out of it. You can't even lie to people and make it seem like it's all on Mel. You can't even do that because people see you. Like I said, we see you. And we see your side bitch baby mama and her braces online running them out all the time. And we see you disrespecting Mel and trying to make it seem like Mel did something. Like we see all of these things that you are doing. You and you and you. But yeah, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. This was fun. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right? I hope y'all enjoyed this live today. And I'll see y'all in the next one, okay? Y'all have a good day. I might be on Instagram live, so, come holler at me over there. Peace out.